Yes, yes. And I was very busy, but it took. Then I went to university, and they taught me something about the shading, and I was so angry. I thought, for all those years, why didn't somebody tell me? So the first lesson, when anybody comes to me and I'm teaching them, I teach them this because it makes such a difference. So now when your children grow up, and when they're wanting to do art, or when you're working with art, I'm going to tell you magic. Okay? So now, if you're wanting to create space, you see here, sometimes, here I'm not trying to create space, but sometimes I want to create a space because I want you to come in, right? So many times when you're drawing, especially when you're drawing, you're wanting to make a space. How do you make that space? So there are a few things. If it's big, then it means it's closer to you. If it's small, it's further away, okay? Yeah, they get big and then they get smaller, smaller, smaller. Right, that we know. We know those things. There is also perspective. I use that a little bit here, not so much. Perspective, you know what?
Perspective.
Right, okay. So that you have to learn about. You can learn it. There are many things in art that you can learn. You come to me, I can tell it to you like that. Please just come to me. I'll tell it to you, and then you can use it. Okay. So now let's learn about tone. Right? Tone. Which ball is closer to you in this one? It's not a trick question.
The big one.
The big one, yes. Why is it close? Why do you know that it's closer to you? Because it's bigger. There is another reason also.
The shadow is
it's also bigger, so the whole thing is bigger. The other thing is that it's lowered down.
Yeah.
When things are, this is not always, I mean, if you're making a staircase and you're looking down, it's a different story. But usually in photographs and things, this is what happens. Something higher up is going to be the further one. Okay. In this one over here, which one is closer? The same story. But this didn't print out so well. But anyway, if you have a look here now. Right, which one is closer?
The white one.
Right, because it's the visual clue. The visual clue.
Yes.
Right, the visual clue is stronger. The big one is the one that's closer, and the one lower down. Those are visual clues. But there's a problem with this one, because here the contrast is very strong. So which one jumps out?
The black one.
The black one jumps out. Okay, now something that's far away, you don't want it to. So this one is a problem. So you say, oh, I know. Then if I want something to come forward, I must just make it dark, right? And if I want it to go back, I must just make it light. And you think, oh, I know. But it's not quite like that. Almost right. Here now I take the one that's a problem. This one is wrong, right? And I change, it's the same. It's exactly the same, but I change the background. What happens now? This one, which one jumps out now?
The white
one. This one is jumping out because there is a strong contrast. So they say contrast in Hebrew. Yes, you with me. There's a strong contrast. Now, so here the contrast was strong. That's why it was jumping out there. But here now, by making the area around it also dark, it's not strong. So now it doesn't jump out. Okay. Now, this one over here, which was good before, what happens over here? Now it's not good anymore. Now it's jumping out. And it's the same. Okay. So when you're doing a drawing, okay, you're going to be all drawing now, okay? It doesn't matter how, when you are doing the drawing and you want something to come forward, you're drawing the table, right? And let's say, and you want it to come forward, if you make stronger contrasts between here and here, and here and here, then it will pull it forward, and you make it bigger also. And so anyway, this is the one thing that I had to wait until I got to university to find this out. So I'm using it all the time. Yes. So here are well, I can't see it now because of the light. Oh, no, I can see it. So here I'm using strong contrast here to pull this forward. Whereas here I'm using weak contrasts to make it go back. The change that's going to happen in the painting is that these ones are going to pull forward. They're not pulling forward yet. I'm going to So these ones will start to move forward and they'll have a lot more color. This is the plan. I'm afraid to do it. I've started. This was this week. This week I've started doing it. It's something that I'm afraid to do. I'm always afraid to do something. So I do it very slowly and then I keep changing it. And as I go, I learn. It doesn't just happen. It's
here you use
yes, here I'm using, yes, but here it's, here the focus more is on the expressive use of the paint.
With the upper...
yes, so here the contrast of so there are many things that you use contrast all the time. Here it's contrast of tone. Here I'm using contrast of color. And also like, you depending on what I'm doing, it will be the texture of something. You want something to if you make it very smooth, it will feel different, and if you make it very rough. Okay, so we should.